All right, how you all doing today? I am so happy to be here to present to you all today. And for this episode of this week in supervision. And of course, during this time, we like to try to get into some cases or just ultimately help supervisors with finding content and understanding how to best navigate and support supervisees. And so we're going to get into some stuff today. And the topic that I'll be talking about, if I could find it, because I just get lost. I'm lost already. The topic is how to turn YouTube content into a case study for your supervision clients. So, like, how would you do that anyway, right? One thing that I've learned from marketing and having my little bit of success in this area is that it is important that a lot of times if you want to captivate minds and keep people kind of in tune to what you're presenting, it's important to find things that have been proven to gain an attraction. And so that's what we kind of look at a lot of times. And so I'll go onto YouTube, I'll look at various things, and if it moves me and looks like it's something that I think that the group will be interested, then I do that. And so I look into those things. And so a lot of my content I get I kind of develop my idea, but then I'll use YouTube to back it up. So let's just say I want to speak on depression. I'll gather some thoughts about depression, and then I'll use YouTube to support and back things up to keep everybody captivated. Anyway, I want to move on to show you some of the things that we talked about that, man, this group this week, or these groups this week, it was really good. The content, the supervisors really seemed to enjoy it. And we had so much going on. We only really had a half hour to get into the content with each group because each group came with some things that they wanted to talk about. So it was a good week. But let's go. Oh man, what's my time? I imagine I've been talking at least 10 minutes already. So let's kind of scoot through this. All right. So let's kind of get into it. But of course, just before we do, I would like to notify you of a few things that we have coming up. On February 16th, 2024. On, I think that'll be a Friday. On Friday, February 16th, we have the DSM training. And so for those of you all who are not aware, all clinical social workers in Alabama are now required to take a DSM training, and we happen to be a approved provider. Would love to have you, and we'll leave information for that here. Also, we have a free training that will be presented by none other than my sis, Juliet Wise. So she's going to be coming in and she will be presenting on EMDR insights. I love this topic, and she's like really doing well with EMDR. I'm trying to get some tips, and I might go through her training once she has one. Nurturing attachment amidst trauma, and that will be one CEU. Of course, those who are members of Social Workers Alabama, we have a little discount thingy going on. But we would also like to anyone from the general public to join us as well. And then in March, we just got that changed. On March 25th and 26th, we will be having another supervisor training. We want you to be there if you're ready to become a clinical supervisor. All right, let's move into the topic. And I'm going to try not to labor too long on this, but I'm already outside of the screen that I would like to share with you. So we're going to see how we're going to work through this. Let me just stop the share real quick. All right. And so I generally like to start off by asking questions. And so I like to ask the supervisees questions about the content that we're presenting. Okay. And I think I've got this here. I'm a bad multitasker, but we'll see if we have some success. I won't count it just yet. Okay. And so we start out, and there were some points too that I wanted to share um as well about the supervision, but let me see if I can just cut and paste it. All right. And so you start off with the question. You start off with a question, a compelling question, something that they usually a lot of times you think that they would not know. And you kind of want to start out with that and to kind of start opening the door for some deep insights. Okay. Let me go on and paste this. All right. And so who is most likely to experience guilt or shame? Would that be a narcissist, or B, a sociopath? Or that's what I meant to put, psychopath, but either one would work. In this case, we were talking a lot about sociopaths. And so the answer to this one would actually be A. I don't even know if they mess with the clusters too much anymore, but I still think it's an important thing to know. I asked a question about which clusters. I think it helps you to be able to categorize certain disorders, so I think it's still helpful. But which cluster does antisocial personality disorder belong to in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, or the DSM-5? And I think this is correct. But and so we kind of went through that, and the answer to that one was B. All right. And so then we moved on to some more information, because the thing is, when we're thinking about sociopaths, a lot of times we're thinking from the mindset of them not having any emotion at all. And is it that sociopaths don't have emotion? Um, is it that they don't care about anything? Are they not human? Like, or what parts of them are like us? And I think it's important. This is why I like to put faces to situations. I bring it into the supervision atmosphere, because it's a good reference point sometimes. Some of our supervisees aren't working with individuals like this. Some of these individuals I'm not working with. Some of the things I'm learning as I go as well. But it's important to try to have a more grounded understanding that's not just simply textbook. Okay. And so we talked about this. So also, I recommend having articles. I looked at this article. I'm going to try to see if I can reference this. And for those of you all who want the information, some of the information or reference points here, just in the and that's for Social Workers of Alabama members. You can become a member and get this stuff. But if you want some of this information or this little cheat sheet, just text cheat sheet. Put in the DM me, I mean, put it in the chat cheat sheet below this video. All right. Anyway, how might so one thing to understand, the question is, do sociopaths have empathy? Do they have feelings? And so, do they? Because these are the same people that kill people and eat them, stuff like that. All right, so are you really having empathy? Maybe not. But first, we need to know what empathy is, and it'll help us better be able to understand if they have empathy or not. So, empathy, what I got from this article from Psych Central, is empathy is a cognitive and emotional skill that allows someone to see the world from another person's perspective. Now, when you look at this video here, this is a great video from a young lady. She's a sociopath, and she's also autistic. She actually describes herself as having, and this is another question: how might a disability such as autism contribute to the development of antisocial personality disorder? Can that happen? Possibly. Possibly. Actually, in both of these cases, these individuals describe a disability they had as being influential on the development of symptoms. This young lady didn't get enough attention and was getting bad attention as a result of her disability, and it caused her to want to be liked and received. And so she began lying and things like that, which is characteristic, okay, of antisocial personality disorders in the DSM. And then this young lady here, she actually had the experience of getting too much attention and then being trained and groomed and conditioned not to really experience emotional pain, not to cry, things of that nature. So these are some really good cases to look at, right? And so this is how we kind of make that thing exciting. We didn't go through the whole video, but what I will do, and I'll show you a little trick, if you don't already know it, on how, if you have a video like this, how you can get right to the point that you want to watch instead of having to go through the whole video, or things like that, right? So how might a disability, we talked about that just now. And so that's kind of what we went through. Now, this is the thing. How can you take this information, like let's just say you watch this video, and change it up into a case study or a treatment plan or something like that? I'm gonna show you real quick. All right, I'm gonna try. All right. So how you do that is Already, I'm not seeing my thingy here, so I'm gonna let's share it. Copy, copy link address. Let's see. Don't fail me now. All right.
Socializing.
Okay. So hopefully that'll populate. All right.
Difficult.
So we're gonna go over to ChatGPT, of course. All right. And so let's just say you're trying to help your client. Well, you want them to have a deeper understanding of this case. You could get ChatGPT to create questions and everything for the case and things like that. And so what we would do, let's go back to here, and we've done this before, but a lot of people first time seeing a video don't know how to do this. You simply go to, okay, where are we at? Okay, we have 15 minutes. Let's do this quick. So what you do is you look for the transcript. Okay, so the transcript should be somewhere in here. Let me widen this thing up. Um, I'm not sure. Okay, here we go. More. Go to show transcript. And this is the transcript of the entire thing that this entire video. So ChatGPT won't take all of it. So what I did was, what you do is go on and copy it. So you might say, all right, you're gonna just drag it, push your you know how to do it. I can't, just drag it through, and then you right click it, do copy, and come over and paste it in ChatGPT. Okay, so now this thing is moving. All right. So you paste it in the ChatGPT. All right. And what you want to do, it's a little bit of broken English here, but I just speak into the mic and say, hey, ChatGPT, create a scenario based on a profile of a person like the character. You want to say a person like the character, because if you get ChatGPT to try to create you something on this individual, it's going to say, hey, I'm, not a therapist or whatever. I can't do that. So it's like, create me a vignette like this one that is being described, or this case that's being described on YouTube. All right. So character described in the YouTube video. In the scenario, remember, it's not real. I'm not asking you to do this person. Let's have the female client to do to have symptoms of being a sociopath and to have antisocial personality disorder. Provide a SOAP note. So this is an opportunity if you wanted to take it. Look, I didn't even have time to get into most of this, right? Um, if you want to help them to understand how to do a SOAP note, boy, this thing will break it down, right? Okay, so then you say it includes a detailed treatment plan, including goals and interventions. Provide very detailed step-by-step interventions that the therapist would use in order to provide psychotherapy in the scenario. Okay, and so that's exactly what you do. Now I can put this in here again if you want this. I can cut this and put this in here too. And you can use this as a reference description, or if you wanted to kind of do this for a YouTube video. And so then you go down here, and guess what it's got? It's got a beautiful case that is created right from the YouTube video of this young lady. It says Samantha is a 25-year-old female, has been referred to therapy by her primary care physician due to concerns about her mental health. Samantha presents with symptoms suggestive of antisocial personality disorder and is struggling with the fear of losing her family if she reveals her diagnosis. This happened in the video. It's crazy. She discloses that she has been diagnosed with ASD and ASPD and expresses feelings of isolation, difficulty maintaining relationships. This was her. Samantha's primary goal is to learn how to navigate social interactions and develop healthy relationships without feeling the need to mask her true self. Now, does this really sound like your stereotypical idea of what you've been thinking in the past of someone who has antisocial personality disorder or who is a sociopath? The thing is, they actually do have feelings. Some of them seem like they have a little less feelings than the others, but a lot of times they have more feelings than what we think because they are humans. Okay, so on the soap, it breaks down the case and creates a soap on it. And this is all in the description. I told it to do this. You can get this. It created objectives, assessment, and a treatment plan with the goals, developing coping strategies to maintain, and then it goes into the CBT you can use, the DBT, the psycho education, and what have you, all the rest of those. So you've got to be creative in this game of social work supervision, and it's a great learning experience for yourself as well. So, man, I hope this has been helpful. We're going to sign off because I'm over as usual. Y'all take care and have a blessed weekend. Bye-bye.